Good day, learners. This is engineering. This time we're going to talk about states of matter. There are five states of matter. These are solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and Bose-Einstein condensate. But in this video, we will talk mainly on the three common states of matter, which are the solid, liquid, and gas. Now let us begin with solid. Solid particles are packed closely together. The forces between the particles are strong enough that the particles cannot move freely. They can only vibrate. As a result, a solid has a stable, definite shape and a definite volume. Solids can only change shape under force, as when broken or cut. Next is liquid. Liquid is a fluid that conforms to the shape of its container, but retains a nearly constant volume independent of pressure. The volume is definite or does not change if the temperature and pressure are constant. Intermolecular forces are still important, but the molecules have enough energy to move around, which makes the structure mobile. This means that a liquid is not definite in shape, but rather conforms to the shape of its container. Next is gas. Gas molecules have either very weak bonds or no bonds at all, so they can move freely and quickly. Because of this, not only will a gas conform to the shape of its container, it will also expand to completely fill the container. Gas molecules have enough kinetic energy that the effect of intermolecular forces is small or zero for an ideal gas, and they are spaced very far apart from each other. The distance between neighboring molecules is much greater than the size of the molecules themselves. Next is plasma. Plasma is a state of matter that is often thought of a subset of gases, but the two states behave very differently. Like gases, plasmas have no fixed shape or volume and are less dense than solids or liquids. But unlike ordinary gases, plasmas are made up of atoms in which some or all of the electrons have been stripped away and positively charged nuclei called ions roam freely. Last is Bose-Einstein condensate. A Bose-Einstein condensate is a group of atoms cooled to within a hair of absolute zero. When they reach the temperature, the atoms are hardly moving relative to each other. They have almost no free energy to do so. At that point, the atoms begin to clump together and enter the same energy states. They become identical from a physical point of view, and the whole group starts behaving as though it were a single atom. Moreover, some objects can go into different states of matter. For example, water. Initially, water is in liquid state, but when you put it in the freezer, it will become ice, which is a solid state. This process is freezing. Freezing is a phase transition, where a liquid turns into a solid when its temperature is lowered below its freezing point. When you take the ice from the freezer, it will turn back to liquid water again. This process is called melting. Melting is a phase transition where a solid turns into a liquid by application of heat or pressure that increases the substance temperature to the melting point. When you boil the liquid water, some water tends to become water vapor. This process is called vaporization. Vaporization is a phase transition where a liquid turns into a gas by increasing the temperature of the liquid beyond its boiling point. When the water vapor comes back as a liquid water, this process is called condensation. Condensation is a phase transition where a gas turns into a liquid by decreasing the temperature of the gas lower than its boiling point. Furthermore, sublimation is the conversion between the solid and the gaseous phases of matter with no intermediate liquid stage. For those of us interested in the water cycle, sublimation is most often used to describe the process of snow and ice changing into water vapor in the air without first melting into water. The opposite of sublimation is deposition, where water vapor changes directly into ice, such as snowflakes and frost. That is all for now. I hope you learned something today. Once again, this is Easy Engineering.